It is Friday, October 4th. It's about 55 degrees. Got my ILM jacket with the liner. Maybe a little bit unnecessary, but not sure I'm going to keep it. So this is the new ILM jacket, the JR2, model JR2, that I bought it because I like my current ILM jacket, which has been great. But it's all black, so I wanted to get, I like the colors, right? And I don't think I'm alone on that, because if you look up, let's take the Climb to Car jacket, which, I could have bought a long time ago for the price. It's great, but I don't really like the colors, because I like the Potter's Clay pants, but the jacket has too much white on it. But if you go to Revzilla and you look at all the Climb to Car jackets, they're all pretty much in stock with every size, excluding 3X. But if you look at the tan color, the Potter's Clay, all sold out. So I don't think I'm alone in liking the tan colored gear, right? It's very rare to find. I don't know if they don't make as many, but it's across the board. Like even this ILM jacket that has a little, has this tan color. What do they call it? I don't know. It looks like a coyote, like a little bit darker than a flat dark earth, tiny bit. But this was the last one, but I snagged it off Amazon. And there's you can't find them anywhere else, which kind of makes me not want to return it. But right off the bat, the pull tab on the collar broke. It's just on the first use. The little sewn-on reinforced. I don't know what to call it. I'll just call it a buckle. The little plastic sewn-on buckle on the collars. The stitching's already coming undone. Right off the bat. I never even wore it. This is all stuff that happened when I took it out of the bag. And now I look at it this morning. I wore it once on the motorcycle. And I look at it this morning, and the reflective lettering, I think it says ventilation system or something, that's peeling off. So this is nowhere near the level of quality as my original ILM jacket. That is still fantastic. I might do a video and show all this stuff. So yeah, I'm thinking I'll probably return it and either just deal with having a black cold weather jacket, which I really should. I mean, it's a nice jacket. It's just I want something with colors. The two options I'm looking at, I mean, I would love to get the Badlands Pro, but that's $1,200. But that has some nice colors for me. The other one is the Alpine Star Pagoda or something like that. That's really nice. Don't care for the styling on the shoulders or around the neck. It looks like a gorget. It looks very medieval. I mean, it's Italian design, so it looks like a Milanese harness, if you know anything about armor, which to some people that might be cool. It might really suit the look they're going for. I actually saw a guy on YouTube out in either Washington or Oregon. He actually made his own like leather, reinforced armor with like leather cops and shoulders, like medieval armor, and it actually looked really badass. That's his, for him. That wouldn't really suit me. That's not my thing. But if you're into that, Alpine Stars Pagoda really has this sort of, like I said, Milanese harness type of look to it. Let's see. The other one, of course, is the DryStar, the Halo DryStar, which the colors aren't quite perfect. I mean, the perfect jacket, really, for me, style-wise, that really tied into everything was the Rev It Downburst, but I just hate the cut of that jacket, unfortunately. I might just stick with it, though. Keep the liner in. It's like when you put the liner in, the arms are just really tight. I don't have a problem with the midsection, so it's not, my fat ass. The arms are just a really tight, like racer kind of jacket. But the color is just right. It's like a little bit of a lighter tan than the pants, so it doesn't like look like a jumpsuit. It's got tiny little red accents in the zippers, which look really good, and it looks very cool all around, like the shoulders, the way they did the mesh, But I don't like that racer cut. I'm more into the touring cut, like Climb does. Climb does that perfect combination of like dirt bike / touring. But I gotta do a quick video of all this, and I don't know, like, there's gotta be some people that are interested in seeing this. Look at these leaves are already falling. And some of that trees are like bare already. What a beautiful property this guy has. Incredible. 150 acres, can you imagine? If my forebears had that kind of insight. Well, they did. My grandfather, I think we had I think we still do, hundreds of acres in Italy. But, the siblings are all fighting over that. Because they're all, two of them live in, actually only one still lives in Italy. My dad lives in Florida, and my dad's brother lives in Connecticut. But who the hell wants to go to Italy? I can tell you I don't. I'm not even interested in vacationing there. I have no interest. The history is amazing, but that's about it. The only place I have an interest in seeing, if I were to ever go abroad, is Japan. Japan just absolutely fascinates me. Everything else the United States has, as far as like scenery, and even a little bit of the Pacific Northwest looks a little bit like Japan if you're just going for scenery. But Japan, I wouldn't just be going for the scenery. I'd be going for the latest. I had a Japanese girlfriend, and just to give you an example, and I met her through, it was a while ago, I mean, it was early 2000, and there's some kind of like pen pal forum or something where you go on to try to find pen pals to help you learn the language, so I found this Japanese girl, lucky me, and, of course, we kind of wanted to be more than pen pals, and we had a bit of a long-term relationship, and then she came to visit. Well, actually, I went to see her a couple times. She was going to school at Syracuse University, or what do they call it? I don't remember. The college there in Syracuse, New York. I think it's just called Syracuse, isn't it? I don't remember. But a couple meetups. She was back in Japan, and she decided to come and stay with me for a few weeks at my house, and I would go into the office, and she would clean the house. And make, like, no joke, I never asked her to do anything, and she would comment on like how filthy my house was, and that the inside there's so much dirt that it looks like the outside, just to give you an example of the difference in culture, And I'm not like the type of person that's like, yeah, clean my house, bitch. Like, but it was something I certainly appreciated. Today's the 4th, I believe. The 6th, there's going to be a group ride at the local Harley dealership here, so I'll be sure to stay in bed that day. I don't need that shit. And no, I'm not slamming all Harley riders. I actually like Harleys. I like especially the old school ones, and the old school Harley riders. Not the, white collar weekend warriors who want to cosplay as Breaking Bad or whatever it is. I never even watched that show. Sons of Anarchy, one of those dumb adult dramas. That's one thing I don't understand, is that like adult drama. I want comedy. Drama is just so dumb. It actually makes me feel like I'm losing IQ points by watching that kind of garbage, especially like Game of Thrones, like adult fantasy. Or really, I'm like a Monty Python guy. Like that's about as medieval fantasy as an adult should get. It should be humorous because it is humorous. Let's see how packed this is over here. Hey, there's an opening for me. Well, I'll pull up. And I'll tell you, Cliff Bar and coffee doesn't do much for me for breakfast these days. That situation in North Carolina is really horrible. And I was wondering, like, where the fuck is, like, the rescue effort? Um, it's like no one was even talking about it. It's like the media just, like, were told to shut up about it. And then I read that they spent $1 billion in taxpayer money, FEMA's budget there for the to house the refugees. This is madness. I mean, people that are voting Democrat at this point, um, they should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. You know, you hear it all the time. These people that leave the Democrat Party, you know, they finally realize that the Democrat Party is now the party of the rich elite. You know, they're completely disconnected from reality. And it takes people a long time to figure that out. Um, you know, because they're in within their circle of friends, and it's just this constant echo chamber. Um, their viewpoints are never really tested. They're never questioned, you know. It's a nice fall scene here. Look at all these old oak trees. Oh, these are, is that a maple? No, it is a maple. Huh. Those are old maple trees. Sure smells nice out here. And like this bike is so tall. Again, I think it's a good thing that I feel like I could have touched the top of that school bus if I stood up. That was one of the things that sold me on getting a KLR was the seat. I think was one of the highest of any motorcycle. And then I went to see it in person. I was like, holy shit, that thing is huge. I never saw one in real life, you know. Headed into Guilford, get some beer and stuff to make pizza. I want to make pizza today. I want to make a broccoli pizza. If anyone doesn't know how to make a broccoli pizza, broccoli pizza, basically you take a bunch of broccoli florets, you boil them or steam them, whichever you prefer, just until they get nice and soft. Drain the water out, throw in some olive oil, salt, garlic powder, or crushed garlic, whichever you prefer. A little bit of the red pepper flakes. You mix that all up into almost like a topping. Almost, it's like a broccoli pesto almost. And you put that on top of the pizza. You want to cook the dough first a little bit, like halfway, and then you throw in the broccoli and cook that in there. Let that melt. Anyway, cook that, and then when you take it out, you put grated cheese on it. It's good to go. Man, is that yum! One of my favorite pizzas. My mom used to make that all the time when I was growing up.